Have any of you ever found a snake in your house? If you have, raise your hands. Wow, quite a few of them.
I don't believe it.
Then you may be able to relate to what I'm about to share with you. It was about 10:30 one night. Can you close that door back there? About 10:30 one night, and I'm at home in my living room alone, sitting in my recliner, reared back, watching TV, and just about to doze off. When out from under the couch, right next to where I was sitting, slithers this long snake in the house. I jumped up out of my recliner, ran to the garage to grab my shovel to take care of this slimy intruder. And when I came back, the snake had gone back in the corner behind my TV set and was all intertwined with the wires and the cables and the digital and the fiber optics. And I took that shovel and I was going to do that snake in, and I reared back, and I had a moment of logic occur to me. If I jam that shovel in there, I'm going to tear up about $500 worth of wires and cables and source modules. So I didn't do that. I thought, how am I going to get this snake out? Have you ever heard the term herding cats? Try herding a snake out of your house. I tried everything. I'd take the shovel. Remember, this corner with all those wires, and I'd just sort of move the shovel over there towards it, and it'd just sit there and hiss. I was desperate. I resorted to singing Barbara Streisand, thinking that noise would run any living thing out of my house. And even that didn't work. That snake just stayed right there. It was late at night. I couldn't come up with any more suggestions, so I went to bed that night with that snake in my house. I stuffed towels underneath my door in my bedroom so the snake couldn't get in during the night. Went to sleep. 2 o'clock in the morning, I feel something licking my toe. Whoa! I threw the covers off and turned on the light and looked. Nothing there. It was just my imagination. Got up the next morning, took the towels out from underneath the door, walked in the living room, looked around, couldn't see the snake anywhere, went to work. Now you want to start some rumors at work. Show up and tell your people that you work with, I got a snake in my house. They'll come up with more crazy suggestions than you could ever imagine. One guy said mothballs. They hate mothballs. Put mothballs around your house. That'll take care of it. So I did. On the way home, I stopped by and bought 6 bags of mothballs. And I put them all around the inside perimeter of my home, thinking that the smell would flush the snake out. Within about 2 hours, I don't know if I flushed the snake out. It flushed me out of my own home. The smell was so bad. I had to stay with my sister that night. The next morning I got up and I came back to my home, looked at the snake, didn't see it. I opened my doors and windows and put an oscillating fan in the living room floor to air out the house while I was at work during the day. Went into work, and the first thing they want to know is, well, what's the story with the snake? Is it still there? And I said, well, I don't know. I haven't seen it. But I did what Jerry suggested, and I put mothballs all around the inside perimeter of my home. And when I said that, everybody started laughing at me. Because Jerry meant you put them around the outside of your home to prevent a snake from getting in. The snake was already in. Felt like such an idiot. That afternoon, I arrive at home, and I open the door from the garage into the living room. And across the living room, I see my cat, and my cat is frozen. Eyes were that big, and he was just frozen stiff. And I knew it saw something because his tail was up, pointing this way. I mean, if you can imagine that. So I looked across the room, and I've got a little nightstand with a lamp, telephones, and pictures on it, with a drape that goes all the way to the floor. And that cat was still frozen. I looked over there, and the drape moved at the bottom of the table. I thought, there he is. I've got him now. So I ran out to the garage to get what? the shovel, all right, and I come back in, and the drape moves again, and I'm ready to do this, and I haul back and had another moment of logic, a rational thought. And it was, if I jam this shovel down in there to kill that snake, I'm going to knock off my lamp, the telephone, all those pictures, and probably destroy them. So I'm sitting there thinking about what I should do, and my pant leg moves. And I look around, and you remember that oscillating fan I put in the living room to air the house out during the day? Every time it would turn, it would blow that drape hanging down off the table. And that's what caused my pant leg to move. And the cat was dying laughing. Now you say, how do you know, Joe? I know because I looked across the room and the cat's lying on his back with his little legs just kicking up in the air like this. He thought that was hilarious. So I take my shovel, head back out to the garage. And when I flip on the garage light, there he is. I saw about that much of it. There were 2 cardboard boxes and about that much of the snake was showing. And I thought, he'll never even feel this. He'll never know what hit him. I took my shovel and went, bam, 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 bam. And noticed he wasn't moving very much. Bam, bam, just to be sure. And then I moved back and I took my shovel and stuck it under that cardboard box and raised the box up and looked. And it wasn't my snake. It was my 10-speed bicycle inner tube. I felt like a total idiot then. I knew I needed some outside help. So I got on the phone the next day and I called Trapper Jack. There's a guy named Trapper Jack in this area who will come out to your house and remove any varmint, regardless of what type, for the small sum of $3,000. $3,000. And that's if you know where the varmint is. If he has to hunt for it, it's an extra $500. 5 big ones. And I'm sitting here thinking, you know, I've already got 1 snake in my house. Why do I want to pay to bring another one in? Finally, someone suggested calling Hillsborough County Animal Control Service. I never had even heard of it. So what I did was I got on the phone and this lady says, well, Mr. Jones, be careful. Don't kill it. It's probably just a harmless black snake. And I'm thinking, while I'm hearing this, I'm thinking, you know, easy for her to say. She's not here with that snake in her house. She's not having to stuff towels under her door. But she had a plan. She asked me, she says, Mr. Jones, do you have a garbage can with a lid? And I said, sure. She said, do you have a heating pad? And I said, yeah. Why? She said, if you'll place the garbage can where you last saw the snake, just lay it down, put the lid next to it, take the heating pad, put it inside the garbage can, plug it in, turn it on, the snake will be drawn to the heat, and in the morning when you come in, the snake will be curled up on that heating pad. You just take the garbage can lid and you put it on top of the garbage can, take the garbage can out to the curb, and we'll come by and pick it up. Yeah, that's what I thought. And I'd already tried mothballs and that didn't work. So I rolled up my sleeves and I set the trap. I got the garbage can out, laid it down where I last saw that snake, put the heating pad in it. I was ready. Went to bed. Of course, before I went to bed, I had to what?
Put the towels in
Put
the
the towels under the door, of course, just to make sure that snake wasn't there. And I went to sleep. Woke up the next morning. Opened the door from the bedroom. Took my flashlight. Went in the living room. Looked across into that garbage can. And sure enough, curled up in there on the heating pad was the cat. I couldn't believe it. I look in there and the cat's looking at me with the light shining in it like, what? What? This is cool. So in conclusion, Ladies and gentlemen, I've lived in that house a long, long time. And to this very day, I have no idea whatever happened to that snake.